Hi, kitty cats. Wow, that's a bummer. My camera is not working. What's going on with my camera, I wonder? It's even on. Well, anyway. Hi, kitty cats. I am... Wow, what is going on with it, I wonder? I'll figure it out. Anyway, I am a transgender woman who is also a staunch feminist, and I've been both my whole life since I understood what these words meant. But feminism is ultimately challenged by a bioessentialist argument, which is to say that biology defines who is superior and who is not. In today's patriarchy, that means humans assigned male at birth. However, trans-exclusionary radical feminism uses that exact same argument, that feminism follows biology. And in this way, it reinforces the patriarchy in the name of dismantling it. So today, I'm going to talk about how the real enemy is not transgender women, but a bioessentialist view of human identity that reduces every other aspect of being who you are down to essentially one chromosome, which is a bummer. So then after that weighty topic, we'll hop back into our video game, Super Lesbian Animal RPG, and we'll see what Melody and Allison get up to next. Before I get there, just one sec. See, I knew I could make the camera work. Totally knew what I was doing. I filmed something last night, so I pulled my camera off and did various things with it, like you do. So, anyway, we're going to talk about the real enemy to feminism is certainly not transgender women, but a bioessentialist view of human identity that reduces every other aspect of our being to one chromosome. I did get asked, did I remember my water bottle? Yes, I did. Pretty much these things are, it's all like one big trial and error for me, I guess, right? So, all right, let me do the opening plugs, and then I will go through saying hi to people. So I'm Dr. Amethysta Herrick. You're probably going, wow, doctor of what? Like being a dork? I am an author and a podcaster who discusses identity and gender from a scientific standpoint, and we're going to get into some of that today. You will find much more information about me and the work that I do if you go to my website, which is down there below. That website is purplepawclan.com. And on my website, you will tell me, or you will find me on all my social media networks, all three of them. You can also read my articles, and you can view the podcasts, hopefully ones that actually have camera working. Margie calls me Dorktor. There you go, that's better. If you want to support my work, and I hope you do, you can get a subscription on the website for as little as $5 a month, and then you can even just sign up to get my free email newsletter, and that supports me as well. So I also do hypnosis, and there's information about hypnosis on my website as well. And finally, I'd love to publish your original work about identity and gender. So if you want to contribute, you can email me again through the website, purplepawclan.com. And there's a contact page. You can reach out to me that way. All right, let me say hi. Let me say hi to people. I see Angela. Hi, Angela. Good to see you. I also see, Anita Lichtenberg. There we go. Hello. And yeah, so here we go. I thought doctor was short for dork. No, I think it isn't. That was just me. I mean, what's lovely is at least I can, laugh about this, right? I mean, because I started the thing going, I'm like, I'm looking right at it. I've got like a cable that wasn't plugged in. The cable not plugged in. Well done, Amy. Anyway, here we go. Today we're going to talk about feminism. And I won't kid you, I've had this topic in my mind for years. Like I was originally going to write an article, and actually started writing an article about this in like 2023. Like it goes back quite a ways. I hesitated to do that for a few reasons. In 2023, I was still newly out and proud as a transgender woman. And, frankly, I kind of wondered, would my experience in life really correlate to everything that I'd heard from cisgender women. Which ultimately, in my opinion, is self-defeating as well, because pretending that like my experience was unimportant that's wrong as well. But I also came across this bioessentialist position. Now, bioessentialism is the idea that biology defines something. And the trans-exclusionary radical feminist, or the TERF position, is bioessentialist. In a nutshell, if you have an M on your birth certificate, you can't possibly understand the experience of being a woman. The idea is that you have identity and experience are necessarily limited by biology, by the obvious genitalia at birth. Now, this flies in the face, first of all, of all the subsequent work I did, for what it's worth. And I believe it also flies in the face of what I learned about feminism beginning in my teenage years. Now, you may be wondering, since I said that I hesitated, why am I hesitating no longer? Well, here we go. The Epstein Files are a huge political dumpster fire right now, as you no doubt noticed. We have actually required a literal act of Congress to get the truth about what's going on in these Epstein Files. Now, maybe you can say, as I have, we've had the truth, because there are plenty of women who have been victimized by Jeffrey Epstein and his, what word do you want to use there? Patrons? I don't know, co-conspirators? I'm not sure what word I want to use. But this is the same root cause. The reason why we had to get an act of Congress is the same root cause that required feminist theory to be developed in the first place, which is that biology somehow defines your identity from birth and, for that matter, defines who you should be in society. So now I'm saying it's time for me to have this conversation. So today, it took me 7 minutes to get here. Here's the agenda. I want to go through some history of feminist theory, because I think it's interesting. And then we can talk about how all of those relate to each other through certain root principles. And then I also want to talk about how bioessentialism ultimately is feminism's nemesis. Bioessentialism really defeats the idea of feminism, and I think that ends up refuting why trans-exclusionary radical feminism refutes the point in the first place. And here we go. After all that, we're going to jump back into super lesbian animal RPG, like you do. Because we got stuck in, you may recall, something that we got stuck in the magical world that Chloe constructed. We've got to know how to get by, how to get out. So we also really need to answer the question, will Melody and Allison ever get that date they planned? Because they did plan a date, and now they're not. So, all right, let me see what we have here. So Margie says that, oh boy, here we go. If you get the joke on this, like a part of me goes, oh, hey, pink-haired therapist is here. Hello. If you get the joke on this, about Horowitz and Hill, Margie and I were joking about this analog electronics book from like the 1970s. We were joking about that earlier. And maybe you're going to go, wow, you guys have terrible jokes together. Maybe. That might be. Margie brings up a great point here. The first victim to come forward about Epstein was a transgender woman. So, I do not want to jump into so much the idea of whether or not my experience has been the same as a cisgender woman, but it really is an interesting point to make there. So thank you, Margie, on that one. Look at this. So Dodgy Archetypes has this exact topic. TERF feminism and its issues is something they've been researching for a good couple of years at this point, thanks to the rant. So it's the reason they found me. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that, first of all, that it directed you to me, and hopefully maybe you can give me, you can educate me as much as much as I've done research, whatever. Hi, Genevieve. Good to see you. Anita makes a great point. Look at this. It was always obvious to her, as long as she tried to live as a man. Oh, I'm sorry. I think they could only do that by insisting that biology isn't saying anything interesting. I gotta agree. So let's see. Feminism. Feminism has come in waves. I like how that's put. So there are four primary waves. Major waves? Well, they're waves that feminism has taken. So I want to take this quick jaunt through the waves, right? Why not? So when we look at this jaunt through the waves, like I want to think about what exactly does feminism even mean? So I think it's worthwhile to look at the feminist theory from the very beginning all the way to today. We'll look at this, it comes as a series of waves from first wave to what we have today, fourth wave. The intent here is to discern what I think the essential aspect of feminism is so that we can talk about then what trans-exclusionary radical feminism misses, I guess is the word I want to use. Now, I won't kid you, feminism is much like a religion. I think that every person has a different experience, and then almost comically, everybody also wants to distill it down to a simple concept. And I think really one of the reasons why we all do this is because it's sort of difficult to define some of these things. So here we go. I'm going to go through my little history lesson here. First wave. Can you speed up a live stream? You need 2 times speed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think you can. First wave feminism. This started in the early 19th century. So this is the 1800s, right? Goes up into the 20th century. So think about this. It was not long after the U.S. Constitution had been ratified. This was a fight for what's called formal equality. This is to be distinguished from substantive equality. We'll talk about that a little more below. Formal equality was the idea of legal protection of political power, specifically for women. There were people who said, we contribute to society, women contribute to society, and women deserve to help guide society as well. A lot of that was the right to vote, the right to own property, the right to conduct business, the right to live alone. There were a lot of things in early U.S. history that women were not allowed to do because it just was not legally protected. When I think about first wave feminism, I think about, I give it, these are my words. Okay, so I'm going to give these my words. This is a recognition that sex and gender should not be barriers to social worth. So I want to use the word social worth because I think that plays into it. It's you don't have the ability to contribute to society. So I'm sorry, I know I've seen your display name before, but I'm going to go with Slaymanasir. I'm not really sure how to say that, but ask the question. Here we go. Let me plop it up. Yeah, not even live alone. Yeah, if you look at, a lot of especially if you look at like the Salem witch trials, a lot of where some of the witch trials came from, or really, trying to get rid of witches. It was like people who were widows, people who were just kind of weird, people who might have been introverts and lived on the edge of society, the town. So yeah, I mean, living alone was weird. People went, what the hell? Why would you do that? That's crazy. So yeah, it's a good question. All right, so this gets us to the idea that sex and gender shouldn't be a barrier to social worth. And now we can go to second wave. You are totally totally famous. I'm also seeing Jessica. Hello, Jessica. And Garrett. Second wave feminism ranges somewhere around the 1960s to the 1980s. I don't know that we have exact time frames on these, but it was after World War II when we'd had, especially in the U.S., but globally, there was a lot of wealth available. The idea, there was a ton of wealth available, and there were businesses really booming. Here's where we get to the idea of substantive equality. Substantive equality should be covered under legal equality, right? Formal equality. But now it's the idea that all of those legal protections apply to everything, right? So now you've got, this is where we started seeing issues of sexism in the workplace, but also sexism at home. You know, I don't want to diminish that. Sexism at home was just as horrible. You had women who had no reproductive rights. They had no right to their own bodies. And this is where now we start to look at home, where there was an idea that women should just do what the men say. But women also didn't have legal rights. Some of them, including like the right to a bank account, the right to a credit card. Some of these things came in the 1970s. 1970s. They didn't have the ability to provide for themselves, which sounds crazy. In my words, this is again not somebody else's words, but in my words, I'm looking at this is the recognition that sex and gender should not be barriers to social standing. So now this is how you can present, essentially how you can contribute to society, I would say. So let me check some of these. There's a nice music joke. The major pentatonic waves are certainly much more fun to play with. So here you go. This is a great point. Margie says a lot of the people in the chat here were alive when women got the right to have a credit card, which I believe was 1976. I mean, if you can believe that, 1976. And think about that, right? What else happened in 1976? It was the United States bicentennial, right? It was a bicentennial of the Declaration of Independence. So it's kind of like, how did that even happen? Whoops. Did that go away? Oh, it went away. Okay, good. We have Priscilla. Whoops. Jeez. There we go. Hello, Priscilla. Good to see you. Boy, this is starting to go a little faster than I thought. What else do we have? So Anita brings up, well, actually, let me get to that in a sec. This is a great point. Dodgy Archetype makes a great point. By the way, hi, Miranda. Good to see you, too. Here's Dodgy Archetype brings up a great point. It brings up a great point. A lot of second wave feminism started when women were forced to work in factories during World War II and then came back to being housewives but were bored to all hell. Part of that, Dodgy Archetype, I feel like you were the one who told me this, that part of the reason why they were forced back to being housewives is because things like childcare were taken away. The boys had come back home, and we had no reason to take care of women all of a sudden. There was no good reason for that. That's a bummer, right? So now, now you have this idea. Women were like, well, we had the ability to do stuff, and now suddenly we cannot. So Anxiety Gardener, oops, why is this not showing up in this stream? Did I do it wrong? Oh, you know what? Hang on. Because I think, yeah, is that going to connect? We'll see. Because Anxiety Gardener says, and I actually thought, oh, here we go. I got it to work, folks. So Anxiety Gardener says women in the United States didn't get full independent access to business credit and small businesses until 1988. What? That seems ridiculous. You missed the bicentennial by 3 years. I don't know if that's good or bad, but So there you go. So let me see. This is great. Oh my gosh, hang on. I've got it. Let me plow through some more of these things. We got through now the recognition that sex and gender should not be barriers to social standing. Now we can get into third wave feminism. This is, around the 1990s going into the 2000s. This ends up being sort of the Gen X look at feminism. This is where I really started thinking about all of this. Late 1980s, mid 1980s, forward. This is where we start looking at equality. Now we've gone from formal equality into more substantive equality to now the equality of just in terms of self-expression. The idea that we could and should see diversity in the feminine experience. Do you have to have a job? Do you have to keep a home? Maybe you could do both. Maybe it's okay, to have a home. Anyway, this turns into individualism of the in the feminine experience. No two women are alike. No two women have identical goals, and as Margie brought up right here, so this is where intersectionality becomes important. This is the idea that the experience of being feminine, or the experience of being a woman, is not just about the feminine, that the experience has a whole lot of aspects. Socially, individually. This is also where the idea of ecofeminism comes in. The idea that treating the earth well as our only means of support is an important, it's an indicator, it's related to how sorry, I'm going to try to get this right. Ecofeminism is about treating the earth as our only means of support. And the reason this came about is because people realize there's kind of a relationship between exploitation of the earth and exploitation and oppression of women. And there are actually a whole lot of books out there right now, not even ones that may have been considered eco-feminist, but Silvia Federici is one author who would bring up that the way that capitalism gets started is through oppression of women. So there you go. So when we look at third wave, this is again my words, I see this as recognition that sex and gender are not defining characteristics of human identity. Now this is fascinating, because I think we're starting to move away from this idea that feminism is necessarily about the feminine. Sort of fascinating. If we go now into fourth wave, here's where we are now. 2010 or so forward, 2010s into the present. Now we're looking at even more empowerment, specifically for women. It brings intersectionality to the forefront. But this empowerment, I said specifically for women, it's also a recognition that much of feminism had focused on the white cis-het experience. And so now you have an expansion of what might constitute the feminine. Now you bring in the idea of people of color. Now you bring in the idea of queer identity, whether or not gender expression is something that is a social standing. There's a lot more further aspects of how each of us becomes who we are. Our intersection of race, ethnicity, childhood social status, history of abuse in there, our sexuality, our gender. This is the recognition, again, my words, that sex and gender really don't even begin to describe human identity, but that thoughts and action end up describing describing the human experience. Now, I think when you get to fourth wave, this ultimately is very, very similar to the way that I've described identity in my own work. Now, the direction I go is a little bit different. I'm not talking only about feminism. The point of my work is always intersectionality. And, in this case, I consider one point of intersection the personal knowledge we all have at birth. But otherwise, it's our thoughts, it's our behavior, all of these intersect with our social environment. So, all right, let me check some comments, because there's a whole shebang of them. Let me see what I got here, because there were some good ones. All right, so Anita says feminism made a lot of sense to them, especially because they thought logically it should follow from it that men should have all the life choices as well, like being a stay-at-home dad, dreaming of marrying a princess. I think that's a great point. And yet it doesn't. I'm going to get there, but what a great point. So let me see. What else do we have here? So here we go. Margie had said that she was raised a feminist until fundamental rights of hers were abridged as a man, let me put that in quotes, by the violence of her first wife. Yeah. And ultimately, decided that intersectionality is the most fundamental view, and I agree. I think that is exactly what describes the human experience. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Priscilla T. Rose says, amazing people who gave up male power to fight for them/us women. Just wonderful. Yeah, you hold up, Priscilla, because I got a whole section on that. What else do we have? Duke is here. Hi, Duke. Good to see you. This is interesting. I did not know this, Anita. Anita says the USSR wasn't super women-friendly socially. That's what I understand. I don't know if they were human-friendly exactly, necessarily, but practically they had childcare and public kitchens so women could work. Yeah, I think that's good. Priscilla brings up women's history is amazing. It's also sad because some of the oldest artifacts show that the goddess was the most popular religion and tribes run by females, is how she's putting it. Prosperous and peaceful expansion of the human race. So I know that we have certainly all been told that there were matriarchal societies, and I don't know that some of those I think have been idealized. I don't know that there's been exactly archaeological evidence of specifically matriarchal societies to be distinguished from matrilineal. That the succession went through the mother, which made sense because like a mother can generally say, yeah, I gave birth, but men can't go, well, I know that's my child. So Charlotte showed up. Hello, Charlotte. How are you doing? Ecofeminism is awesome. Actually, I really appreciate the idea of ecofeminism. And hi, Victoria, by the way. The idea that the earth should be treated the way that women should be treated the way we treat the earth, knowing that the earth is our only source of survival, right? You destroy the earth. We don't have any air. We don't have any humans. I like this idea. I think that it really explained, once I learned what ecofeminism was, I think it really explained what I had believed. So what I had thought of in my head. All right, I'm like way the hell behind on these. So these are all awesome. I am going to, hang on. Oh, so Bobby, first of all, hi, Bobby. Oh my gosh. It's good to see you. Bobby says it was not until by the way, I have a podcast with Bobby, which is good. So go and look that one up. But Bobby says it wasn't until the 1970s that women police officers were allowed to work on the front line, like a patrol. Before that, their numbers were limited to matrons and traffic safety. Wowzers. It's ridiculous. So, all right, so we went through all the waves of feminism. We went beyond the ninth wave. Cute little pagan joke for you there. What is the essential aspect of feminism? Because there's got to be a thread, right, that runs through all of these waves of feminism. Like other than a history of oppression. I mean, there's that, right? There's the history of oppression. But there's also, I would call it, I guess, a reverence in whatever way it's been expressed, okay? In whatever form it's expressed, a reverence for this principle of femininity. Just that femininity is by nature good. This theory had to be developed. It was necessary, I guess I'll use that word. Because at least at the time of first wave feminism, women were thought to have inferior minds. Women were thought to have inferior judgment. And you can absolutely see this in first wave and second wave feminism. The right to vote. Just the right to make some social decisions. These were limited because it was believed women had inferior judgment. But more than that, we also get to the point where women were thought to be inferior even to just caring for themselves. They didn't have the right to their own bodies, the right to express their entire identity and sexuality. Obviously, this plays into third wave feminism and then continues on through fourth wave. This is the right now to embrace everything of who we are, to express how race and ethnicity and everything else about us makes us who we are. How the hell do we get here? Well, this theory was necessary, at least initially, because traditionally, and I would even, so you can look at like Western magical tradition as part of this, and even historically, if you look at how women are at least described to have acted in society, and I'm going to go with that word, described to have acted, because oftentimes historians were men. There you go. The feminine is associated with things like compassion and receiving, being receptive, being nurturing, being completing. And some of this makes sense because it comes from sex roles. And these are the things that humans understood very well. You know, we think that these are like new science concepts, but humans understood this very well because they had to, in order to continue to live from year to year to year. They knew that a female, some sort of female, you know, we can call it in livestock even, female would receive some sperm, would nurture the child within her, completes the process by giving birth, would be compassionate as a mother, no matter what animal we're talking about. But that analogy is 100% based on the body. In all of those characteristics, compassion, reception, nurturing, completion, these are behaviors. Behavior is not intrinsic to a body. And while these characteristics were associated, ultimately, with a sex role, sex and gender are simply not the origin of these behaviors. They happen to become conflated with sex and gender. That's how you get to the point where you have people, men, I guess, believing that women had inferior judgment, women had inferior minds. This is why feminism appeared in the first place. If you look back to the olden days, we could say, okay, maybe there was a misunderstanding, a certain amount of misunderstanding of how sex works. You know, the science of the human body, our understanding of the science of the human body certainly colored the opinions of those in power. We have no idea, right? How did some people end up with sticky outies? How did some people end up with pokey innies? We don't know. You know, back in the olden days, I suppose we don't know. Maybe you could say, well, you could almost excuse some of these opinions because we didn't know how they happened. We didn't know how skin color or genitalia or body size, body strength, intelligence, wisdom, we didn't know how we got these. And maybe you could sort of say, well, sure, these can be equated to to genetics, and so therefore social and political power should rest within particular people, because we didn't know. But now, if we use this now, this is absolutely a misuse of science to perpetuate these ideas. This is the idea that some people are genetically superior. This is the root of racism, of sexism. This is why we've had dictators who want to impose eugenics. This is why we have oppression. This is why we have genocide. This is not just about the feminine. This goes much, much deeper. But before I go into that, let me check comments. There's a lot of good comments coming up here, too. What do we got? Oh my gosh. So Anita brings up that a fellow student their age was rejected from regular police school for being too short. And she was almost the same height as Anita. Oh, boy. So let's see. So Priscilla, oh gosh, thank you, Priscilla. Priscilla says, generally, I just love anyone crossing a gender barrier. It takes a lot of strength, love of your craft and self. Agreed, and I swear I'm going to get there. It's actually in this section, so, we're just about there. Let's see, police tests, some more police stuff. What was the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, but the second rule is to be woke. I think there you go. Then Victoria brings up the third rule is just to give everyone kisses. That's it, just a big smooch, a big old smackaroo. I love that. Oh my gosh. Did I click something else? No. Okay. It's 2:30. I should probably do this. Here we go. So I'm Dr. Amethysta Herrick. I talk about identity and gender from the standpoint of a scientist, specifically early background in genetics. Today I'm talking about feminism and why I think that trans-exclusionary radical feminism becomes self-defeating. So let's get there. Feminism and assigned sex at birth. If we know that we needed feminism because there was this idea that there are some people who are biologically superior, we should ask the question, how does assigned sex at birth relate to social behavior? I am not talking about social roles. Social roles are norms that ultimately get grouped together, come out of a social environment. Assigned sex at birth does not relate to social behavior. Each of us can choose behavior based on our values and our knowledge. And I won't kid you, I know that sometimes these choices are very difficult. They might be subconscious. They might be based on past trauma. They might be based on the way your social environment, the way that you are in your social environment right there, based on, again, race and ethnicity. I don't mean to say that these choices are easy. But each of us can choose our behavior based on our values and knowledge. Now, here we go. To go back to what Priscilla said, when I grew up here in Western society, I was gifted, let me put that in air quotes, I was gifted the highest achievement possible in Western society. I was assigned male at birth. I know, crazy to think, right? Supposedly, this should give me a superior body in every way, a superior mind in every way, the knowledge of how to care for others the way they should want to be cared for, the knowledge of what others need in order to be happy. But if you look critically at Western society, which is pretty easy, not every man is going to grow up to be an alpha, sort of just by definition. You need those betas and what's the one now? Sigma? I think it's Sigma. I'll have to go get my kid. Not every man is going to grow up to be a billionaire. Every man will choose, ultimately, to the best of his ability, within the limits of his situation, how he behaves in his social environment. So this belief that I should have grown up with a superior body, mind, knowledge of perfect knowledge of how the universe ought to run. This belief only makes sense when you come from the fallacy of bioessentialism. Bioessentialism is what's required to say, necessarily I will have a superior body. Necessarily I will have a superior mind. Necessarily I will have superior judgment. It's demonstrably untrue. For men, just as it is for women. Because not every man grows up to be an alpha. Not every man grows up to be a billionaire. I just said. Some of these things are not based on biology, period. Not every woman is going to become a trad wife. Like a lot of them. Not every woman wants to sit by idly as a man's going to tell her what to do, including how she should use her body. Some women, and some men, for that matter, want to be individuals, not part of some other man's patriarchal fantasy. That's how it goes. And, to Priscilla's point, this argument ultimately applies doubly to transgender women like I am. I got the best gift a human was supposed to be able to get, but I chose otherwise. I chose to express femininity. And this makes me an enemy in several ways. Many, many ways. I'm an enemy because I reject the idea that being assigned male at birth is the highest achievement ever. I reject the idea that men are intrinsically superior to women. I reject the idea that expressing anything, whether masculinity or femininity, is or should be defined by genitalia or genetics. Of whom am I an enemy? Well, no doubt I'm an enemy of the patriarchy, right? I refute the foundation on which it is built, which is a bioessentialist argument that if you grow up with a sticky outie, you're superior. But I also end up an enemy of trans-exclusionary radical feminists, because I think that their argument is exactly the bioessentialist argument that ultimately defeats everything that they want to say. Let me check out comments again before I get there. Was that it? Yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm looking at... We're talking about Pockies. That's good. The guys got tired of mom always being right and took it out on others by... Whoa, geez. Okay, sorry. This was something I didn't pop up from Priscilla earlier, that her mother went into, I guess, a police academy kind of thing. So, let me see. What else do we have? Pockies. Oh my gosh. I adore anything mint chocolate. You know what? I'm actually going to go with this. Here's Anita says that they adore anything mint chocolate. The same seas, right? There you go. Let me see. So this is fascinating. Oops, did I click it right? Good. So Angela says when she was young, she didn't act in a dominant way. It wasn't until she transitioned gender that she became more of a dominant personality. I think that's fascinating. And so Margie follows that up saying that she's more assertive now. I would say same. Fascinating to think, right? That expressing who you are, even if it's in a feminine way, will make you more assertive. But I think there's a lot of reasons. I believe that I'm worth it now. I believe that I deserve to assert myself. And then Anita says they understand because they're more comfortable showing strength. Yeah, totally. Here's a good question. Do I attract trans people to my chat? 100%. I mean, look at me, babe. Yeah, well. All right. I want to get to the real point of my whole discussion here. The bioessentialism defeats the purpose of feminism. But in order to do that, let me talk a little bit about trans-exclusionary radical feminism. First, taking a sip of tea. Trans-exclusionary radical feminism. Now, I'm not dumping on anybody at the moment. I'm talking only about an ideology here. Trans-exclusionary radical feminism is based in the idea that gender roles are by nature oppressive. This idea is actually inherent, in my opinion, in third wave feminism. Because third wave feminism brought forward the idea that society doesn't hold women's identity, specifically women's, and that society shouldn't hold put limits on women's behavior. Those limitations on behavior are part of gender roles. And some of this, does play into a lot of the idea of gender as a social construct that Judith Butler used when they were talking about social constructionism in terms of where gender roles come from. And this ends up being dropped by trans-exclusionary radical feminists, my apologies, TERFs, because the idea is that they reject those because they believe that if you're expected to behave a certain way, because of how you look or how your biology happened to turn out, that's certainly, definitely oppressive. And so, get rid of gender roles altogether. Things are great. Now, believe it or not, I actually kind of agree with this idea, which may make some TERFs even go, wait, what? I agree with this idea, only I think in a different way. Because gender roles are only social norms, which was exactly what Judith Butler talked about. Social roles are not laws. Social norms can only, social society as a whole can only evolve when social norms change. And we observe that they do change, and this is how, we come upon this idea that gender roles must be constructed by their use in a particular social environment. In other words, that gender roles are social constructs, which I do not believe entirely, by the way. Just go, the gender is a social construct, let's say. But therefore, there is obviously value in continuing to challenge these social norms. Now, I started off this whole discussion because I was talking about the Epstein Files. That I was willing to have this conversation now because of the Epstein Files. And here's what I meant by that. We are watching now, I think we are witnessing, the chauvinist view of humanity. So here's one that believes that men are intrinsically superior. The chauvinist view of humanity fall apart in real time. It's truly amazing what we're looking at here. I said at the beginning, we needed a literal act of Congress to release emails of old, rich, white men cackling at each other and going, wow, look at this person's an idiot, wow, cackling at each other. We needed this literal act of Congress because apparently only the cackles of rich white men matter. There are literally tens of witnesses who have come forward. Literally tens of witnesses. These people were the victims. These are the people who experienced what happens when old, rich, white men get together and feel superior and then write emails to each other cackling about the others. But we tossed out this knowledge because the victims are women. And women apparently can't understand what happened to them. Women apparently can't express whether this should have been good or bad. It is a bioessentialist argument that old rich white men can cackle about this because they are superior, because they are men. That's why we had to have a frickin' act of Congress to make this happen. And I don't, maybe you disagree with that whole argument. Maybe you're going to go, well, I don't think that men are intrinsically superior because of genetics or genitalia or yada, yada, yada. Moving on. Maybe you believe that that men always have the opportunity not to engage in crime. It turns out that's true as well. Men always have the opportunity not to engage in crime. Maybe you believe very well that women are capable of remembering what they experienced. Maybe you also believe that women deserve justice as much as any man does. So this whole argument, the patriarchy, the reason why we have to release the Epstein Files in order for any justice to be done, what we see today is predicated on bioessentialism. That men are in some way biologically superior to women. And the worst thing is that the trans-exclusionary radical feminist view is just that. If you are assigned male at birth, you cannot experience femininity. Hi, Frybird. At least you can't experience femininity in the same way that people assigned female at birth do, regardless of the rest of your two experiences. What? By definition, transgender women, such as myself, are not women because of biology. It's regardless of how we express femininity. It's regardless of whether our experience is virtually identical in terms of the oppression. We are unable to understand the woman's experience because of genetics or genitalia or whatever. It was the same thing as above. Same thing. It is the exact same argument that establishes a patriarchy. And listen to this. If only people assigned female at birth can understand what it means to be a woman, you know what? Then only people assigned male at birth are going to understand why they're superior to women. TERFs defeat the entire purpose of feminism by appealing to a bioessentialist argument. I'm going to throw this out. Here's my appeal to TERFs out there. As long as you choose to use bioessentialism against transgender women, you give men explicit permission to use this same bioessentialist argument against you. And that's how it's going to go. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. And this is, so now to return to what, oops, I forgot. Priscilla, there we go, Priscilla. To go back to what she was saying, I chose to give up whatever perceived superiority a patriarchy claims I had. I chose to give it up. Instead, I revere the feminine, really, and I've seen this in almost every transgender woman. I revere the feminine to a depth that I've seen other women kind of go, that's surprising. Like, wow, you really do care about equality, equity, intersectionality. You really do. So using this bioessentialist argument to exclude me from that conversation not only deprives feminism of an ally so capable of seeing and expressing both experiences, the ability to go, I know what it was like to be in technology, and to get those, the privileges that I did, to have those stripped away from me. I've got the ability to do that. You deprive feminism of that sort of allyship, which is amazing, because it just defeats the purpose of feminism. Let me look at a couple of, I've got a conclusion here, but I'm going to look at a couple of things. So Frybird says, Frybird was being domestic. That's okay. Can I be domestic? I'm not sure if I can be domestic. I don't know if that defines being a lady, though. And thank you so much for sending the gift, Frybird. I appreciate that. Okay, let me go back through a couple of these things here. People think ace means... let me see. Oh, here you go. So Duke says, mostly trans femmes come to this. So it's interesting. I have a whole list of people. And AMAB cis folks like Duke who are drawn to feminine folks and empowering discussions. The people, there's advocacy and activists, I think, are a lot of the people who come here. There's also a lot of people, there are like mothers who go, oh my gosh, my kid's transgender. How do I make sure my kid doesn't get eaten alive? Here we go. Charlotte, this is a great point. Charlotte also brings up transgender people need to push ourselves to be ourselves, so that we can be more dominant and obtain, all the goals that we have. Totally agree. Let me see stuff about New Zealand. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, so here we go. Yeah, they banned new GnRH inhibitor prescriptions. Of course they do. These are, of course, only banned for transgender youth, not precocious puberty, because apparently somehow they become more dangerous based upon your perceived gender. I don't know. It's okay if you have precocious puberty. If you don't, what the hell? So, what else do we have here? She got bored. Oh my gosh, there's many more comments here. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Let me see. So Duke says, Margie says, it's funny how none of the TERFs are actual experts in the field. It's a good point. Really good point. Do we talk about Elizabeth Taylor? My mother was a huge Elizabeth Taylor fan. And one of the things that I always thought was cool about Elizabeth... Oh, by the way, Minnie's here. Hi, Minnie. I'll pop that up in a sec. One of the things I always thought was cool about Elizabeth Taylor is she was supposed to have purple eyes. Purple eyes, isn't that cool? That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, here we go. Look, Priscilla even says. There you go. So Elizabeth Taylor was in more. So Priscilla says purple hair and purple eyes, black hair. Priscilla was so Priscilla says actress from the black and white movie days. Yeah, some of the earliest ones. There was one with William Powell, bringing up father. Maybe is what it's called. Maybe did go through husbands like Candy, but she also in Cleopatra was a color movie. So there you go. I can't believe that people have purple eyes either. But there you go. I am. Oh my gosh, where was that thing? Where'd it go? Oh, I missed the thing. But all right, anyway, here we go. Oh, Priscilla says I can skip her silly comments. Untrue. Minnie, thank you for sending a gift. I appreciate that. Let me see. I want to wrap this up. Oh my gosh, it's 2:55. I got an amazing amount of comments. Thank you so much, everybody. That's really good. To wrap all of this up, when you use a bioessentialist argument, I think what you do is defeat the purpose of any kind of humanism, not feminism, but any kind of humanism, because nobody, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, nobody is superior to another person simply because of biology. It is words and actions that define a person. It's not genitalia. It's not. It's not genetics, it's not skin color, it's not the size of your biceps, it's words and actions that define a human. Any appeal to characteristics that are involuntary, like biology, due to chance, like genetics, things that are purely biological will always be self-defeating. Because there's no basis of anything in it. There's no basis to anything. When you have, and so here we go, to talk again to the TERFs out there, if you made it this far, and if you did, thank you so much, first of all, for listening to me. But if you did, when you put gender, when you consider gender, including gender roles, as not intrinsic, which is to say, when gender and gender roles are not strictly based in biology, there is a much greater chance of feminism succeeding. There is a much greater chance of people becoming equal. There is a much greater chance of equitable everything. The trick here, ultimately, is to strip bioessentialism out of all political systems, because only then can you have intrinsic superiority go away. And that is the end of my the end of my entire point here. It's, I'm always stunned at the idea that I should be pulled out of a conversation, a conversation because of how I was born. Strip out bioessentialism from our political systems, because only then can the idea of intrinsic superiority go away. All right, let me check some of these things. Do we get the game today? So we finished the other game. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so Fortuna ends up being elected, but you're actually going to have to go back. I think we've been playing. Well, we started playing a new game. It's called Super Lesbian Animal RPG, which is as glorious as it sounds. And I think it's been twice now. I think we've played it. You'll have to check. You'll have to see something like that. So. Ooh, look at this. Priscilla says she's Polly, a love bug, and a hug monster. There you go. What else do we have? Okay, Anita brings up that masculinity was never accessible to them. They didn't think they could inhabit it, and also didn't want to. And as a result, that kept a lot of male privilege away. Okay, I'd seen this, and that was partly why I wanted to follow up on it. I think the answer, I agree with you. I feel that I struggled also to express masculinity, like I always did. Always struggled to express masculinity. And as a result, I think that does exclude me, and apparently Anita as well, from a lot of the privilege that would necessarily have come from it. It's because part of the privilege is the ability to act like a dick. To plow through, any situation with toxic masculinity. And so there you go. I mean, I think that I think that's part of why some of this, part of why the transgender woman experience in particular is not mutually exclusive to the cisgender woman experience. So thank you for that, Anita. That's a really good point. Let me see. What else do we have here for 2 to 1? Angela makes another really super exceptional point. As a transgender woman, you have to have a dominant characteristic to be able to have the strength to transition. Yeah, otherwise we just end up going, you know what, I'm going to need to shuffle off this mortal coil. And I appreciate that. You do have to have either a whole lot of stubbornness or at least or the ability to be dominant in one way or another. So all right, you know what I'm going to do? Well, first let me hide that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. It's 3 o'clock now. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get super lesbian animal RPG going. Oh my gosh. And then we'll play some of that because I think it's going to be a fun time. So I will be back. Oh, it's 4 fingers. I'll be back in 5 minutes and it'll be excellent and it'll be a good time. But before I do want to say, what Margie says here. Also, a shout out to fellow survivor. I'm not a survivor of HIV or AIDS. Certainly a shout out to survivors and a somber memory of those lost on World AIDS Day, which is happening, for her right there, right now. And it'll be tomorrow here in the United States, December 1st. So, all right. I am going to, first of all, hydrate. And I'll set up a super lesbian animal RPG. It's hard to say that. And we'll be back shortly, okay? Taking a break. Oops, I gotta hit the thing.